Due to the graphic nature and coarse language of the following presentation, listener discretion is highly advised. Additionally, the cast and crew of Two Nerds and a Mohawk would like to urge anyone under the age of 16 or easily offended to please stop listening immediately. You have been warned. Thank you and enjoy the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Two Nerds and a Mohawk show. As always, I am your host, the Village Idiot. Sitting beside me, like always, the Crack Sponge. And then along for the ride, once again, for his fourth time on the show, please welcome Homeless Joe.
Sup?
Yeah, we couldn't get him out of the car last time.
I live
just
here
gotta.
now.
Yeah, he moved in.
Dude. Dirty Mike and the boys.
Thanks for the F Shack.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh.
Anyway, great movie, but that's not what we're here to talk about. This evening, I think we're going to give some more praise to Bethesda and their Fallout New Vegas. I know originally I said we'll do Fallout 3 and New Vegas, but I think for the most part, I think everybody can agree New Vegas was a much better game than 3.
If you don't, you're fucking stupid.
Fallout New Vegas is by far one of the most amazing games I have ever played in my life. For the past month, it has been the only game that has been in my PlayStation 3. So, it's pretty much made its home.
I think, since this is on the record, you should give me that big thank you.
Yes. If it had not been for Homeless Joe, I probably would have never started playing Fallout to begin with.
And I probably wouldn't be playing New Vegas as often as I do. At this point, my computer is becoming radioactive.
Oh, so we can
Dude,
all...
it glows in the fucking dark, man!
We can all agree that, for the most part, everybody here at Two Nerds and a Mohawk, yes, that includes Nurse Joy, has been subjected to hours upon hours upon hours of New Vegas, which...
But she made her own character.
I'm working on that.
Okay.
Nurse Joy is in the process of getting her own character. But anyway, just as a little side note, all three of us here on the Two Nerds and Mohawk show are actually playing 3 different versions of New Vegas. They are all the Ultimate Edition. However, we've got Crack Squatch on the PC, Homeless Joe on the Xbox 360. Oh boy. And then you've got me, the Village Idiot, on the PlayStation 3. So we actually have, like, the best of all worlds present and accounted for here. So, I guess to start, we'll send up all the praise and admiration that fucking Bethesda really deserves.
Yeah, they did an awesome job.
I'm not knocking, don't get me wrong, Bethesda is not the original creator of Fallout. Fallouts 1 and 2 came out for the PC back, 98?
97.
97? Alright.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
Still a good 10
I think,
years
what was
ago.
it, Black Isle Studios?
I think Interplay had something to do with it, too.
I know Black Isle had something to do with one of them.
Probably should have looked that up at some point.
Awesome turn-based RPG.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
Awesome. Yeah, seriously, it was great.
Very graphic, very different. If you look at all the other games around it, it had its own world, basically built up for itself in this post-apocalyptic world that, while other games have tried to mirror a post-apocalyptic feel, haven't quite pulled it off as well as the Fallout series has.
Yeah, Fallout has that feel down pat.
It does.
It really does.
And by the time you get up to New Vegas, it is very prevalent that this is the world that you have to survive in. I think when you play in Fallout 3, it doesn't feel as homely. It feels more like you're dropped into the middle of a bunch of bullshit. It doesn't feel like you're a survival game, whereas you move up to New Vegas, and you have to survive. That's your goal.
I don't know about
Not
you
to
guys.
get eaten by death claws.
I wander around. It's like, oh god, it's a pack of rat scorpions. I gotta fucking hide.
Well,
I just blow them into smithereens.
this is kind of funny
Sorry.
because Nurse Joy actually asked me this just last night. I was playing, and I didn't even realize I was doing this. I was crouched and hiding in the companion I had with me. We were hiding from a group of legions. Well, that didn't last very long because he started fucking shooting them all. But point standing, I didn't realize this. I was whispering, and we were hiding. And Nurse Joy looks at me and goes, "Why are you whispering?" I said, this is the first time I've realized it, but I get so into this game that it becomes like an extension of what I'm doing.
Oh yeah, I'm the same way. There's like many a times where I'll be creeping around because I'm more of a ranged sniper character. How I made my character. So when I'm in tight corners, in buildings and shit, I'm hugging walls and I find myself leaning, trying to look around corners.
Exactly.
I'm over here, I'm like, and mind you, I'm creeping with my character, but I'm trying to get that extra inch look around the corner to see what the fuck is there. I catch myself doing it, I'm like, damn it, that doesn't fucking work.
I'm always like edge of my seat with the leg bounce, you know what I mean? Like, and then my phone goes off and I'm all pissed off. It's either the village idiot or my buddy across the street. It's like, leave me the fuck alone!
Well, I'll constantly get updates from you. Well, just fuck this guy up, and then now I'm doing it to you, so I guess.
Yeah. And usually I'm like balls deep into something. It's like, I'm being attacked by fucking robots, and I don't give a fuck what you're doing.
I got my own problems.
To be fair, I should probably back up a little bit. For everybody that has not played Fallout New Vegas yet,
Do it.
what the fuck, man? Go play it.
Yeah, seriously.
You can get it fairly cheap right now.
Yeah, and you can get if you're a PC gamer, you can get it off of Steam for like $12, Ultimate Edition.
Yep.
If you don't want all the extra DLC and all that stuff, $6.
Which you're stupid for not doing.
Yeah,
I
the DLC is
highly recommend it.
Yeah, highly recommend it. But anyway, the story of Fallout New Vegas is that you were a courier for the Mojave Express.
Yeah.
And you done fucked up.
You didn't fuck up. The asshole fucking capped you. Blew half your fucking head off your fucking shoulders.
I'm saying, though, you got fucked up.
Oh,
That's
okay,
what I
got
said.
Shot in the face.
Yeah,
So
you get fucked
I heard
up by
you say you fucked up.
You done got fucked up is what I said. Everybody's, look at this, everybody's getting all butthurt. Anyway, so in the beginning of the game, literally, the game opens with you getting killed, and or near death. And it's funny as hell because the first time I played, I'm like, really? This is how it... I mean,
That's a short game.
It's a little less awkward than in 3 where you're born, which was really messed up.
And your mom dies. It's such a downer.
It is! I think that's one of the grudges I hold against Fallout 3 is that it's so depressing at the beginning because it's like, wow, I got Liam Neeson as a dad, and then my mom dies. Great. This is awesome.
Honestly, I would have been happier if, maybe I had some other memories of my mom than that moment where, I'm bursting out of her business like a fucking alien.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying.
And the act of you bursting out of her business kills her, so you're like...
Yeah, I know, it's like,
ass.
wow, I'm such a douche. I'm such a douche. I killed my mother in the first 5 seconds of my life. Ha!
So anyway, as the game progresses, you wake up in this little town after being rescued by a robot. You wake up in this town called Good Springs, and from there, really, I can't really tell you how to play the game because it's such an open game. There are literally 1,000 plus combinations that you can combine to make it your game, and that's what I love about it. Because like I said, all 3 of us are playing the same game, but my character, as opposed to Crack Squatches or Homeless Joe's, we're all different.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, just to throw it out there, and everybody can laugh at me all they want, I'm playing as a girl. Her name is Zoe. She's a bitch for the most part. But if you look at my stats, though, it says like the Wandering Angel or something. Seriously, I gotta go shank people. I gotta do something.
I forget what I'm going. I'm like called something like fucking patron saint of the fucking desert or some shit.
Yeah, I think you and I are on the same lines.
It's one of those things. I tried to be a dick. And it's just like, okay,
work.
you want me to go that way? It's like, all right, fine, I'll be a dick.
I'm such an ass.
And Well, it's one of those things. It's like, I like playing like the evil characters and stuff, but that's usually reserved for like my second playthrough of something.
Oh yeah.
Because
How
I
much
wanna
can I
see-
get away with this your second time?
Yeah, exactly.
First time it's kind of testing the water, and then the second time it's just, you know what, fuck this.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how I started.
Yeah, first time it's just testing water. It's like, okay, I want to get through the story.
Unless you're
I
homeless,
actually
Joe.
care about the story.
Well, I started playing the story, and then the NCR had to come and fucking shoot me that one time, because I had mistakenly shot one of them. And no, I waged war. I went to every fucking NCR outpost and camp and slaughtered everybody. And now all the bad guys are like my homeboys.
Way to go, man.
Little do they know, I'm plotting their doom too. I'm totally out for self. I don't give a fuck.
So to set the record straight again, because I know there's some people that are listening to this right now, probably have no idea what the fuck's going
NCR,
on.
what the fuck?
The NCR is the New California Republic, which after the devastating war that happens hundreds of years before this story ever takes place, the NCR is basically the militaristic regime that runs the West Coast, or at least they'd like to.
Yeah.
They're not
Opposing,
really that bad. It's just
it's not that they're that
they don't
bad.
have the forces to really.
They're so unorganized and fucking just.
I think the problem, though, is that the people that come out of the vaults, which, again, I'm going to have to explain this. Vaults are these things that people, before the Great War, bought into to protect themselves from the fallout, from the devastating war. They basically lived in these bunkers, and when the time passed, when the time came, they came out of the vaults and started repopulating the Earth. Or America, at least. It really does a piss poor way of explaining that. But point is, these vault dwellers, as they're called, came out with the idea that, we're going to build this world and we're not going to fuck up like our ancestors. Which is why the NCR is a big deal for a lot of people, because it represents old world values. Which I agree, but, let's face it, they're a bigger force than me. As much as I hate siding with them, I guess I'll do it for now.
Yeah, that's kind of been my thing. It's like, right now in the story, I'm kind of at a crossroads. Where it's like, I have the chance to turn around and go help the Legion and say, to hell with the NCR, or I can stick with helping out the NCR. I'm at that crossroads. So it's like, do I cross that line? Do I want to do that? It's like, I kind of do, but I kind of don't.
To throw it out there, too, the Legion, just led by a guy
They're
named Caesar,
douchebags.
Kazar, however you pronounce it.
Kaisar.
I've heard it pronounced 3 different ways,
Yeah.
so...
Well, I'm kind of going off of the, what the actual, Legionnaires call
Yeah,
them.
they call him Kaisar.
Yeah, because that kind of tells me that's the pronunciation that
To me,
he wants.
well, to me, because it's so far in the future, and there was that, I'm assuming, history books and stuff got kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
So they, kind of lost the pronunciation of it. Or, we
Yeah.
could be totally fucking wrong calling him Caesar, too. So.
Yeah. Well, long story short, the Legion, they dress kind of like the Romans did during the ages of the Roman Empire. They had their belief system, their credit system, it's all based on, the old Roman Empire.
Yeah.
Power
Slaves and all
Yeah,
that
they
shit.
are slavers, and I hate them for that, and,
Oh, yeah.
They don't have any good gear to loot.
yeah, they do. They are all toting 44 Magnums, last I checked.
They might be.
Okay, so they got plenty of ammo.
I guess it depends on what level you're actually doing things with them.
I think it changed. Your enemies changed, because now I'm getting fucked up by miniguns.
Yeah.
Oh,
And see,
miniguns suck.
just for the record, people, if you're thinking about going to pick this up, be warned, the game learns as you play.
Yeah.
Your actions, not only do they have consequences as far as the story goes, but whatever you do in the game, don't do the same thing. Don't get into a fucking routine. I'm learning that the hard way. There's a creature in this game, and they are called the Death Claws. The Death Claws, and just as a visual, I'll try to have a picture of what this little
Wolverine on
motherfucker...
crack.
Yeah, the Death Claws are a reptilian critter that stand about, 8 feet tall?
Oh, something like that,
Fast as
easy.
fuck, and they pummel you to death. If you're lucky.
Yeah, if you're lucky, they'll punch you. Most of the time, they'll just reach their claw in through your rib cage and remove the gooey stuff.
My 3-year-old calls him the big man.
It might as well be.
Yeah,
But
seriously.
long story short, these things are not to be trifled with.
Yeah, they will fuck you
They will
up.
fuck you up. I've tried everything that I can, and at my low ass level, it's just not working.
I've killed that pop crop. I figured that out.
Yeah.
Which is sniped up with 50 caliber. They call it anti-material rifle.
Yeah, kind of a spoiler alert for everybody
yeah.
too.
Oh,
It's not even really a spoiler. You might as well just listen to us and take this warning, because these things are real. They will fuck you up. No questions asked.
yeah, stay away from the fucking quarry and slum until you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And you need to hide. That you can't run in guns and blazing because it'll
No,
get this
they
twisted.
will just eat you.
You
cannot
can't
outrun
hide,
them.
really. All you can do is if you run across a Deathclaw, just hope he didn't see you first. If he saw you, it's over.
Yeah, you're dead.
Oh, yeah.
It's over. There's no
Cazador
around.
was-
Yeah, Cazador's
Especially
another
early
critter.
on. Oh my
The
God.
word Cazador, actually, a funny thing, I looked it up, it's Spanish for hunter. They are gigantic mutated wasps.
They suck.
Yup, and they sting you about twice is all it takes and you're dead.
And poison.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I'm glad I got
Again, not to be fucking... Shut up. Yeah, you shut the fuck up. Mister, I got the perk, so I can't get poisoned.
And
Dude, it's
motherfucker,
awesome!
I have anti-venom.
Man, you all suck.
I only have 2 hits of it. Speaking of hits, you can get addicted to fucking drugs.
Yeah, you can...
Oh, yeah.
You can also get drunk as shit, too.
Can you?
Yes, you
Oh,
can.
dude, I gotta get drunk as shit and go
I
down
did
the
not
strip.
know this was possible. You can get drunk in the game. You can hire hookers. For the record, this is not a game for kids out there.
No.
No.
Aside from the fact that it's gory as hell.
There's lots of sexual content. One of the missions I'm doing, you have to get basically hired escorts for the twins down in Freeside, which is one of the boroughs in New Vegas itself. And it's just awkward. A sex bot. That's the one that's really bugging me. Honestly,
It's Mr. House's robot.
I know. Even the ghoul dressed as a cowboy, that one does not bug me half as bad as the second.
Her voice.
For the record, ghouls are descendants of people that weren't so lucky, that didn't quite make it into a vault, that took basically the full brunt of radiation. They look like walking corpses, really, but they're alive. If you're lucky, you'll find a few that are halfway intelligent, won't try to automatically kill you. But for the most part, I want to say at least 75% of the ghouls you'll encounter in the game are feral.
Yeah, feral.
Fucking feral ghouls, dude, which will run up and pummel you to death. It's ridiculous.
And there's always 3 or 4.
Yeah, it's not just one.
I mean, well, at least the good thing is they're not super strong, or like tough. They're not fucking bullet sponges. Except for the fucking glowing
I was
ones.
gonna say,
the
dude.
radioactive glowing motherfuckers.
They gain health from being around radioactive.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude! This one guy took me forever to fucking kill because I found him in it. The guy was pretty much in his fucking swimming pool of radioactive goo. I'm like, yeah, I
You should
shoot him in the head. I'm like, he's like, boom. It's like, okay, his head's crippled. I go to take another shot. Why is your health full?
Well,
The
that's
hell?
funny. You can cripple somebody's head. My question is always, okay, if their head is crippled, you'd think they'd walk in a circle. Be all disoriented and shit.
My whole thing is when I shoot someone in the head with a 308 caliber rifle, and it says I
It tends to
crippled their head.
explode.
Well, I've had it just say their head is crippled, they're still alive shooting at. It's like, dude, you just took like a deer round to the dome. Your head should be inside out. You should be dead.
Oh, yeah.
So kind of getting to the advertising angle of this show, it came up, and I think it was you, Homeless Joe, that brought it up. Somebody that's a hardcore Call of Duty player was trash-talking the game.
I'd love to explain.
Yeah, explain this, because actually,
Yeah,
don't reveal the person's name as much as I'd love to find this asshole.
I'm a huge Fallout 3 and more Vegas fan. I'll play this game until the day that I die or they bring up Fallout 4. But I was talking about Fallout, being a great game in general. But this person is an obvious fucking idiot. That's the best word for it. telling me that the best first-person shooter ever made is the Modern Warfare games, which I think games like that are fucking just half-hearted, and
Repetitive.
Okay, first off, problem number one.
Fallout's
Yeah.
not a
It's
first-person
not a
shooter.
first-person
Yeah,
shooter.
for starters.
To be fair, there's a first-person mode. That's great. That's how
Yes,
I play
but
it.
bottom line, it's an RPG.
It's a fucking RPG.
Yeah.
It's not a mindless fucking conditioning.
And yeah,
RPG
and even if you are treating it like a first-person shooter, you know, which
It
I
takes
do most of the time.
strategy.
Exactly,
does.
you need strategy. You know,
So-
because like you said, it learns.
Oh, it learns like a
Exactly, it
motherfucker.
learns what you do and all this shit. Because the fucking Legion, they learned how to get me.
Yeah.
You know, because they'll turn around, they'll come from all kinds of
Yeah,
fucking
they start to
angles.
flank you and shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. They're flanking me.
So-
So they know if I spot them first, they're dead.
So basically, this is a message to Call of Duty players who are getting all high and mighty.
Don't be a douchebag.
Yeah, fuck you.
Why don't you, instead of playing the same fucking game every fucking time, because admit it, every Call of Duty that has ever come out is the same motherfucking game. I don't care what they upgrade. I don't care how many of you little teeny kids will go, it's the greatest game ever. Fuck you. It is mindless. It's ridiculous. It doesn't take skill. All it takes is having a faster finger. That's it. Now, you want to actually play... I knew that was going to come
I
out.
was gonna say that's what she said.
Anyway, you know what I mean.
Wow.
You know, why don't you actually play a game that actually takes some mind thought to it? Now, the reason I say that, because, like we've been saying, this game learns from you, and it's no fucking joke.
Oh no.
You know, the creatures learn, the people learn from your actions, your habits are basically stored. The AI on this fucking game is ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
It's almost kind of scary when you step back and think about it real quick. Here is basically an AI that can learn from you,
Oh yeah.
okay,
And it learns how to kill you more efficient.
in a game.
Yeah.
Now, if that were applied, you know, that's a totally different topic. I don't know why I brought it up. But point standing, it learns, and you need to learn, you know, to break out of your normal patterns. Like all you kids that play Call of Duty. Oh, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go get this gun and just camp here. No, not so.
Yeah, go do that and see.
Go do it in Fallout and see
Yeah,
what
do
happens.
that in Fallout. Yeah,
I
it might
guarantee you'll
work.
get your shit fucked up.
And
Exactly. It'll work a few times,
You're right.
and
No.
then they'll get on to you.
Then you end up with a stick of dynamite thrown through the window. They put a fucking like frag mine outside the door.
Oh,
Yep.
dude.
Yep.
I scared the shit. That reminded me. You know, because I'm one of those. I'm gonna hide up on this mountain and shoot shit.
Yeah.
You know. Well, I've been doing this for a while, and they learned. Yeah, I'm gonna huck TNT at you.
Yeah, when they start
Yeah.
hucking TNT and it's bouncing all over the place, and you can't run.
Well, dude, I ended up busted up because I'm over here getting ready to take a shot at this dude. He throws TNT. I didn't realize he shot it or
Oh,
was
shit.
throwing it. He happened to throw it right in the path of my bullet.
Oh.
Yeah, the timing was just perfect. So, you know, it does the cinematic, like, you know, when you get a crit and everything, for a really good shot, blow something off. And I just see him throw. It gets like 2 feet from him, and then just explodes right in his face. Dude goes flying in little giblets all over the place, like all over his buddy. And that was actually one thing I really liked, because like his buddy that was nearby, you see him like looking at the fine red fist that was his. Yeah, you see him looking at the fine red fist that was his pal. And you're like, ooh.
I suppose, you know, I should
was
probably
awesome.
take this opportunity to apologize and reiterate what I was saying. I'm not calling out all Call of Duty players. Don't get me wrong. If that's your thing, that's your
I
thing.
mean-
I'm talking about you little loudmouth little motherfuckers.
It's the
that
best thing
think-
ever.
Yeah, that think your opinion is just
It's
you know,
paramount.
exactly.
You think I give a fuck about you?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Here, to quote Tex from Red vs. Blue, here, allow me to file that under shit I already knew, or, you know, allow me to file that under shit we can give a fuck less about, you know?
There is
Yeah.
one thing I'd like to mention. It has nothing to do with fucking politics. But
Damn. Anyway.
But if you've played, say you haven't played Fallout 3 or New Vegas, but you've played Skyrim or any of the games. It's
the same thing.
It's a very, very similar engine. Actually, it might be the same engine.
I'm pretty sure it's the same engine.
It might be
However,
the same engine, just
however,
geared more tech.
yeah, Fallout, implements weapons of all type: explosive, projectiles, melee weapons, swords, knives.
Well, I was
Fucking-
just,
yeah.
I was just trying to put it into perspective, I guess. But it's like something you can compare it to.
Yeah. Fuck. But the game is very rounded. So, like I keep saying, if you haven't played it yet, this is basically coming from the entire Two Nerds cast and crew. Play it.
Yeah.
You won't be dissatisfied, and if you are, go ahead, say something. Because
Right.
I'll probably say something right back to you.
I haven't found anything about it so far that I don't like. Other than one of my add-ons, Swatch beat it. I don't know how to beat it. It's fucking ridiculous.
Dude, it took me
hard.
fucking forever.
It's fucking hard. You walk through the door, there's a shotgun on it. Oh, my arm's ripped. Walk through another door. I don't know what was attached to it. Bazooka, C4. I don't know, but I was turned inside out and stripped about this room.
If I have any complaint about the entire format, game, or anything, or possibly a wish list for Fallout 4, the ability to either dash or run.
Oh, right.
Yeah, some kind of actual sprint.
If I have any gripe, it's that if I have to watch in terror and agony as a fucking Deathclaw or a fucking ghoul
Even
runs at me.
Even the rad scorpions can
Well,
catch
even some people run at you.
Yeah, it's like,
Which is like, hey! What the hell?
yeah,
You
the
know?
best I could do is
No!
a leisurely jog.
Not even
Just
that.
gonna jog
half the
away
time.
from you now.
It's a brisk walk.
It's barely a brisk walk.
Yeah,
So,
really.
really, if there was any complaint I had, like I said, the ability to walk or the ability to run, or at least at the very least dash, like a
Yeah.
short sprint or something, would be welcomed.
Or hell, even like some kind of like actual like combat dodge sort of thing. Like, oh, dive to the side, or
Yeah,
that
dodging
would be
bullets.
nice too.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, that would be nice. It's like, oh shit,
Strafing.
this death claw is about to take my face off. Dive off to the side so I don't get sliced in half. You know?
For those that haven't played again, there's something called VATS, which is the Vault-Tec Assisted Targeting System, which is very useful. Basically, it slows the entire game down to a pause state and allows you to target individual parts of an opponent's body.
Even their weapon.
Yeah, which is very nice. It would be nice to have something like that, almost like a bullet time, like Enter the Matrix had, where you could dodge shots like that.
See, I like how VETS functions, because you don't really need to use it all
No.
the time, but
It's useful.
It is useful.
yeah, it has saved my ass on a few occasions, mostly because I'd be using like a long range rifle, and then suddenly I got a dude in my face. It's kind of hard to look down your scope.
Yeah. Oh, hey, how's it
At
going?
5 feet away to try to hit someone. So, in those situations, it's like, oh shit, he's too close. I don't have time to swap out my weapons. VATS is like, okay, you're at point blank. I have a 95% chance to hit you.
So
You're gonna goo.
Yeah, but sometimes though, too, in VATS, after it does your shot, it goes through the cinematic, or you shooting somebody, and you see somebody else come into play, and it's like, you know what? I can't move. I have to finish this.
Right.
So it becomes one of those, okay, this is gonna suck. How can I make this suck less? Because as soon as I get out of VATS mode, it's game time.
In your face.
yeah.
There are some perks that make bats better, though. Mysterious Stranger, stuff like that.
Yeah, Mysterious Stranger.
I don't know what it's for, just for this.
Yeah.
Having both is awesome.
So,
I believe it.
in closing, like we've been saying, if you haven't played Fallout New Vegas, go out and get it. It's available for, let's see, PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, PC. Fuck you, Nintendo, you're not cool enough. Throw it out there. You're not cool enough for
If it
Fallout.
ever came out for the Wii, I'd just piss. No.
If it comes out for I don't know. I was telling Crack Squatch earlier, Bayonetta came out for
I am so
PlayStation,
pissed about
which
that.
was a good
so
game.
fucking pissed about that.
Funny to point out, Nintendo wanted nothing to do with Bayonetta because it was too sexualized. It was too gory. It wasn't what they wanted on their console. Now all of a sudden, the Wii U has it exclusively. Bayonetta 2
Are
is
you
exclusive.
fucking kidding me?
Yeah, it's one of those, you know what, fuck you, Nintendo. You don't want anything to do with something until it starts making money and you realize
Yeah,
how
it's
much
like,
it
you know
fucked
what?
up.
Fuck you.
But anyway, yeah, I'm really hoping that Fallout 4, whenever it finally is released, does not come out for Wii U, because it'll suck.
It's, from what I've read, I mean, the whole reason it's not come out yet is because Bethesda had a lawsuit with Jay and Interplay, 2 separate lawsuits.
Yeah.
It's
Takes a toll on you.
It was for stupid bullshit. I mean, well, with Interplay, Interplay wanted to make an MMO of Fallout. And
Which, Fallout, they sold off Fallout.
they sold it, and then now that it's all popular and shit, they're all pissy.
But,
They might get back on it. It's supposed to come out for the Xbox One and the PS4, so we'll see what's gonna happen. Because those systems are fucking just awesome.
Alright, guys, I think that's about all the time we got. I think it's time for everybody to go play. Let's
Yes.
all go play.
Have fun.
So, from everybody here at the Two Nerds and Mohawk Show, be sure if you have any complaints or you want to say something to us or be on the show. Well, not be on the show, but have your topic on the show. No, fuck you. There's no room on the show. Anyway, but go ahead and email us at 2nmshow@gmail.com. You can find us on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, all those /2nm show. For everybody here, 2nm show, Village Idiot, Crack Squatch, and Homeless Joe, have a good night. We're out.
Ready, steady, fighting. Cessation of hostilities complete. Ready, steady, fighting. Fighting over. Sneaking down, fighting now. Was that all?